So this is a piece I wrote last year, right around, I don't know, springtime. I was thinking about what I was doing after high school, and I thought a lot about joining the military. It's kind of a family tradition, more or less. Cousin in Vietnam, grandparents in World War II. But then I realized that those were wars with purpose, and I saw a lot of things that I disagree with, a lot of things I found horrific that were being done both at the hands of our government, at the hands of people who represent us as a nation abroad. So here it is. I see the beautiful bodies of my generation butchered by bureaucracy, limbed, perforated like some great maple forest, crawling through the sands of time in an effort to thrive where life is doomed and existence a mere thought on the forefront of instinct, who turn from people to animals in order to serve a cause that is not their own, to die for an idea that does not exist, to kill because they have been brainwashed to do so without thought, who return to us broken of body and soul, crying out for help, love, a shoulder on which to cry away or to weep away their angst whilst justifying their actions on behalf of the brass and orders and patriotic duty, who become the apathetic, introverted tool of society's insane demands for perfection, a generation lost in the message of hate and intolerance that poisons the ideals of their constitution and shreds the documents upon which this nation was founded, an era of misinformation and illusion, surrounded by the lies we live and the choices we make. Nothing is good enough. We don't ever satisfy the requisites of the masses. A generation whose Lenin is Kesha, whose McLean is Eminem, whose Morrison is 50 Cent, who has lost the soul and the meaning and the essence of existence and spreading a message of love and compassion and acceptance and refuses to acknowledge the power of affection as a motor to change the world and shape it as we desire, whose variable generation label has become the increasing variable of a body count in a conflict that has no grounds in respectable reality and has no justification for continuing, whose existence is a flitting memory on the edge of thought and a surreal fantasy that deteriorates at the flicker of information and contemplation. I see a generation destroyed by those previous. I see a generation destroying itself. I see a generation losing itself.